everybody out there in the world. Yo, just hollering at y'all real quick, man. You know the situation going down right now today. You got Kid Cudi testifying against Diddy. And that's really like a real crazy phenomenon in the hip hop world because, obviously everybody's supposed to be from the streets. Everybody's supposed to be so brolic and gang and all these words. And then you see, whereas over a female, it could turn real crazy when it come to dudes. You think like, well, damn, it's enough fine chicks in Hollywood or in the music industry to goddamn it get you one of your own. But we got Kid Cudi trying to mess with Diddy girl, and this is years ago. This is mad years ago. But obviously, even throughout that time, they must have stayed cool with each other. And Kid Cudi really felt like a victim because now he in trial trying to get Diddy locked up, and he testifying, and it just seemed like hip hop has changed in such a crazy direction to whereas a person could go to that extent. You would think that it'd be like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna move on, let dude have old girl. I ain't finna put myself in a scenario where we gonna end up, shooting each other or whatever, you know what I'm saying? She cool, but fuck her. He like, nah, I need to have your broad and I'm gonna get with you. And it's so funny because it's like, dude be wearing dresses and shit. And that behooves me because it's like, nigga, what kind of nigga is you? You actually wearing dresses, my nigga? On Hollywood movies and shit, he must not got no sons or no kids. I just assume. But it's like, why fuck you? This how you kick it? This how he kick it. So Diddy being a playboy, you know how he kick it. He actually gonna have be a ladies man and have all the ladies, and then Kid Cudi come swooping around trying to take one of his girls down, and then it ain't gonna work out. Now it's a violent situation, and he want to come to trial on Diddy today, and it just seemed crazy. And I don't know. I'm not saying that he not friends with old girl, and he don't feel like she was victimized in her relationship with him, and he don't feel like it's a valid reason. But I'm just saying that in the hip hop world, you would never have seen this coming down. It's like changed so drastically. You know what I'm saying? That somebody could be so successful, making money, even working in Hollywood, and then turn around and go back and testify against somebody. That's obviously a hip hop mogul, somebody who put all this time in, made all this fucking legacy, and dude in there testifying against him like you need to be in jail. How you treated that girl. Here you go back there. He testifying against Diddy today. So I just don't know what to say about that. It seemed like that hip hop had a level of credentiality that would never be be stopped. Like the streets. Coming from the ground, coming. No snitching. All these different acumens that came from being a rapper. You know what I'm saying? That people would assume would be how you made it. And then they had the backpack style rappers, and that's probably where I would put Kid Cudi. Is more like a backpack style rapper. They not necessarily street. That don't mean he ain't from the streets. That don't mean he don't know street life. But his engagement and his reach towards the people was not like I grew up in the hood and all this. So he had his little eclectic way of making music, and people rock with it. But then you got Diddy who came from the streets. His whole ideology was street, and he made it. He got the swag. He did all this shit. Had the girls after him, and then you got this little weasel dude, which I would assume is a guy like Kid Cudi trying to mess with your lady. So that's gonna make any nigga pissed off. You know what I'm saying? Any guy that come from the street element is gonna be mad at some dude trying to get at his girl. It don't matter what the fuck your reasons is, and it don't matter how victimized you feel. It's like that's my chick. I chose her. You got to go find your own. But with somebody like Cuddy, he don't see that. He look at it like, no, I like her. We got a relationship. We supposed to be together. Whatever he feel. And then you got somebody like Diddy that's like, I'd kill you, nigga. I told you, get your goofy ass lost. But dude didn't see that. So now he in there testifying against him as if he didn't come from the same hip hop background or come from the same hip hop levels that we all understood. Like, what I mean? Guys going to defend their honor. They going to defend their respect. They going to fight. They going to do whatever it take for you to lean up off his lady. And ultimately, he did lean up off the lady. And the girl stayed with Diddy after that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what was you there for? You supposed to go find your own chick. So, and if you didn't, say you got into my lady and you want to get with her and all that, my duty as a man is to fight you off. They do that in the animal kingdom. You know what I'm saying? It's like if a guy if one lion come try to take over another lion's area, he ready to fight. He not sitting back looking at it like, oh man, go ahead and take her. You are tough, and I guess shit, man. I just don't want to fight, man. Ain't no lion finna do that. He gonna fucking fight till he die, and most time lions do die trying to rep their shit. So it's almost a bit of a pile on to me when I look at a guy like Cuddy. It's like, so you piling on with all this bullshit, nigga. You know you did something bogus trying to come at another man's woman. It don't matter how bogus the guy is with the girl. whether he domestic, whether he freaky, whatever the fuck he got going on. In the scheme of the game, you tried to come at another man's woman. And so it's his defense. In his defense, he got to fight you off. You know, you come into court, want to seem like a victim, and oh my God, and then he did this to me, and all I was doing was just, I liked her and I protected her. It's like, it's so, that's why I don't think Diddy gonna go down for this, because they so soft. You know what I'm saying? The dudes that's trying to get him locked up is weak as hell. It's like you soft. You know damn well if you mess with anybody in that courtroom, girl, tonight, they're not gonna sit back and be friendly. They're gonna be crying. They're gonna be going through a fucking frenzy of trying to get their relationship back with their woman or get their situation back with they relate with the girl who they chose. They're not gonna sit back and say, "Oh, well, shit, you met her at the courthouse. I guess you get her." It's not gonna be like that. And so to look at Diddy like he's so venomous, he's so vicious because he fought you off his motherfucking girl. What the fuck you talking about? Yeah, shooting a bomb in your car, all that shit is crazy, wow, and over the top. Did that really happen? That's really the gist of all this shit. From what he said, man, what about my car? And Diddy said, what car, nigga? So that seemed like he don't know what the fuck you talking about. So maybe somebody else had a beef with you. Maybe you be trying to get at other niggas' ladies, and then one of them was caught up with you, and then you just put that situation on Diddy because you was trying to get at his lady too. You feel me? So to just look at these niggas as a victim is kind of weird to me. It's like, how you a victim when you coming at somebody woman trying to get another nigga lady? How you a victim? That turns into wars. That turned into motherfucking shootouts. That turned into fucking battles. There's some rapper recently who got killed over some lady crib, and a boyfriend came home, still had a key to the house, and then he walked in, and then some battle ensued. He take the gun from the rapper who had a gun on his own protection, but he probably was asleep at the time the nigga walked in the room. Dude overpowered him, take the gun, and kill the rapper. And he down for 20 years in prison because that's what they gave him. He gonna sit back now. Neither one of them get the girl. No nigga get the girl. And the same thing in this Cassie situation. You coming to testify against Diddy. She's totally married to a whole nother man. She's not going to be your lady. She's not going to get with you. Next level mentality. I don't fucking get it. Like, what are you even here for? You know what I'm saying? You tried to come at another nigga woman and you trying to seem like a victim after the fact. Like if he punched you in the face or he ran you down and hit you good up. But get the fuck up off my lady, nigga. And all of a sudden it's like, wait. Oh, did you see how he punched me? Nigga, stay away from somebody else's woman. And there's enough women in Hollywood for everybody. So all this whole trying to get at Diddy lady because he got enough girls or trying to get at Diddy lady because his girl your friend or some shit like that, that's still par for the course. All of that shit mean you against me, and it's my duty to go defend my honor. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. I don't give a fuck how many dresses you wear. I don't give a fuck how many contracts you got. I don't give a fuck who you know. I don't give a fuck if down in the future you come and try to testify against me. It's still my duty as a man to protect. If I'm in love with that woman, it's my duty to protect that situation, and it don't matter how it turn out. It's people who are in prison right now for trying to fight for their honor for some chick. It's dudes who go to the club every weekend and they woman dancing with some girl, and now that nigga life is in the threat. So it seemed like this nigga's a victim because that's that whole wearing a dress thing. You wearing a dress on TV, so now you think somebody ought to treat you feminine. You did a masculine thing. You was trying to date somebody else's woman at the time. Maybe she broke up with Diddy. It don't matter. If he felt like that was his lady, just like people do, that's still my woman. I don't give a damn what the hell you got going with her. I'm still with her, and I don't care what she say. We still together. So it's like you did that. You put yourself in that scenario, and now you want to walk around as a victim. Take the dress off, and respect the fact that you tried to deal with somebody else's woman. Don't be walking around with no fucking dress on and then want somebody to treat you dainty or treat you soft and pretty. No. If that's the case, then date men. Then don't want nobody bother you at all. You on Saturday Night Live with a whole motherfucking dress on, you could date guys. You could date somebody in the band. That's your choice. But if you come at a female and that female is already being chosen by another man, you already know it's coming down the pipeline. You already know what's happening. Nobody's going to sit there and be like, well, okay, he met her. I guess I messed up this week. No, he going to be like, fuck that. I invested in her. I love her. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to kill for this chick. I'm ready to kill for her honor. And you know that already. So going up in court trying to get the white people to be like, oh my God, why did this happen to him? He did what? He just trying to get the white people on his side, like they're going to give you more contracts or some Grammys or some shit like that, and acting like you should be treated as a victim by trying to victimize somebody else in a relationship with a girl. And the fact that it happened so many years ago, this dude shouldn't even be in the courtroom. He should feel bogus for even showing up in the courtroom because you know for a fact you tried to holler at that bro And you know for a fact as a guy, a lot of dudes ain't gonna go for that. A lot of dudes gonna look at that shit as a problem. Like, wait a minute, you try to date my chick, you came at my woman, and it don't matter how you feel. You could be fucking her cousin. It don't fucking matter. You better prove it because at the end of the day, that's what love is all about. And when people fall in love with other folks, they don't give a shit about how it turn out. They'll actually put themselves in harm's way because they don't mind. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in love. So for Kid Cudi to be a damn victim on, man, y'all gotta tell me something, man. What am I seeing this wrong? Like what's going on? Like is this dude in the right way for going to testify against Diddy about this situation that he see Diddy is being held up on a RICO? He got 3, 4 cases, but your relationship with Cassie is supposed to be this nail in the coffin type response and shit, where you're going up testifying against him in the court of law, although you're a hip hop artist and you expected everybody to respect you and follow you with inside what we consider to be a hip hop artist, what we think that they attributes to be. And then you try to portray that. Some people fuck with you, even from the street or even from the backpack level, or just regular humans or white people, whoever. People become fans. But then here you go, now you're a victim in a situation. And maybe he is. That's why I say I want to know what y'all think because I don't see it. I just don't see it. It's like I don't see it. I think that if you kind of date another guy's woman, or especially somebody who's a millionaire, somebody who's rich as fuck and got all this power and influence, and you think that that's the lady who you should be dealing with, or his ex, this is like daring and fucking, the diabolical movements because at the end of the day, it could be repercussions behind it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he knew that, and I think that he understood that. But it's probably the desire for her, or maybe the it could be just the fear that make him feel like I don't know. For some he get geeked up off the fear of knowing something could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like the suspense, or you just don't know. But if a guy putting on a dress to be on TV, and he don't mind the whole world seeing him wearing a fucking dress, I don't think that guy got a lot of limits on what he'll do. I think he kind of don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's up against him. That's like whatever. If I get caught doing this, then shit, it's whatever. So I believe that because now you want to be a victim and walking up here trying to get Diddy locked up because you was the one trying to date the girl, and that is the only element of this that I think is bogus because we all know, anybody would know, trying to mess with a man's woman, even if he don't got money, it's gonna make that be a problem between you and that guy. It's gonna make that be a problem for the girl and the guy. It's all this triangle bullshit. This seems like one big ass triangle of clusterfuck that should have probably stopped a long time ago. That she probably should have left Diddy years ago, but she chose to stay. You know what I'm saying? So now she want everybody to look at her as a victim, and then she just looking for all these other motherfuckers that's the victims. But when you talk to the sex people who they dealing with, none of these people look at her as a victim. They were saying she was the controlling it. She was the person who called them. She was the person who told them what type of baby oil to have, and she's the person who she paid them the money. You feel me? She literally got him the money and paid the people. So that means Diddy is not even a sex trafficker because if she's the one paying the motherfucker, but they'll say, no, it is because in the RICO case, you was the one who gave her the influence to do all that shit. Racketeering influence, that's what it's all about. So can that hold up in court? To me, it don't. So she's saying, well, it has to hold up in court because he used to beat the shit out of me. And that's really what he did all the time is he punched me, hit me, kicked me, whooped my ass every week. Well, obviously the biggest question is, why don't you leave? Why didn't you leave? Why haven't you left? And she'll come back and say, I was Stockholm syndrome. I was, he paid my rent. It's a million stories. I tried to leave. Me and Kid Cudi was going to be in a relationship, but he blew up Kid Cudi's car. These are just excuses after excuses after excuses after excuses after. I mean, anybody in their right state of mind would say, okay, I tried to leave this person, but he blew up my other boyfriend's car. I'm probably just gonna fucking get on a train and just ride as far as fuck as I can with no phone, and then I'll land in some location and I'll reach back to people. There's so many ways to get away. You know what I'm saying? But you sitting back to myself, I'm gonna live up in this motherfucking mansion. I guess Detroit, we flying to Vegas this weekend. We're gonna be in a Mirage or hotel. I guess I got to figure out how to get away from him. But in the meanwhile, I want room service in here. And then you know what? After I go shopping, I'm gonna try to do a motherfucking freak off. So you basically living within it, having a good time. But now that it's over and the money's not around you no more, you such a victim. And then you call everybody who you ever knew. Hey, remember I told you I was dating? Get down here, I need you. Hey, and it's all over TV. So everybody looking around like, wait, they taking old boy down? Okay, but shit, let me get on the bandwagon too. I remember that time when it was a Freaky Friday one weekend, and he did, and it's stupid because how the fuck does nigga Kid Cudi have any proof that Diddy had anything to do with something violent happening to his car? What proof would you have? You got some fucking fingerprints. You got some phone call ledgers. You got some paperwork. Somebody got a payment. What can you prove that Diddy had anything to do with some violent situation that happened to you? It's literally no proof unless he was walking around the house screaming to the girl, "That's why I blew that motherfucker cop." Unless he was doing that and she recorded it or her mother was on the phone, third party. It's not no proof. It's just basically some hating ass nigga who couldn't probably get his dress on tight enough today. And so he went down there and was like, I'm going to go down here and say some shit because if she gets some money, then I know they got to sell down at women's feline and I'm going to go get some more clothes, some more dresses and shit. Like what kind of psychology is this nigga coming from? You perpetrated as a rapper. You perpetrated as a hip hop star and all the attributes that come with that. Everybody get to be in their own lane in rap. So you don't have to be the same as anybody. It was never like that in rap. So you get to be yourself. But it was a slight standard where you're not going to be able to wear dresses. You're not going to have lipstick on. You're not going to be in high heels. It's little baby standards. You know what I'm saying? But now you got somebody who want to come up against another guy over you trying to date his girl. And you the dress wearing motherfucker. It's not even like you coming and saying, this nigga wear dresses all the time. She need a real man. Well, a person could understand that psychology. You the nigga wearing the dress, talking about some you and her need to be together. And all of a sudden, she go back with the motherfucker who you thought you was gonna take her from. So it seemed more like embarrassment. It seemed more like uncomfort. It seemed more like stupidity. Like I'm bad. I feel bad because I lost in this scenario. And then look at the decades that passed. 10 years, 8 years, 11 years. You still ain't no billionaire like Diddy. You still didn't get to that step. You been wearing dresses and shit. You didn't fucking been on kind of magazines. You probably didn't let somebody play in your background. And you still ain't at the Diddy level. She still didn't leave you to go be with you. Diddy to go be with her, be with this nigga. So you can understand that this pent up hostility can amass. And now when it's time to go and take Diddy down, you're gonna line up. You're gonna sign up because that was embarrassing. And then she looking at you like, I had to go back and keep getting my ass kicked. I thought you was my savior. And you like, savior? Girl, I just wanted to borrow that blue dress you got right. What the fuck you talking about? Like he was really confused, or she was confused, or everybody was confused. And Diddy looking at this like, I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. If a motherfucker try to take my lady, it's my duty to fight and stop that. That's his duty as a man, and we all know that shit. Come on, anybody's gonna do that. And you can look at that person and say, oh, you the next Ike Turner, or you ain't shit, or you at that. At the end of the day, if you take a motherfucker's girlfriend, or if you coming after another man's woman, they're going to respond. And most likely that response is going to be negative. And that's just how it's going to go. It's never going to probably change from that in the history of time. It's going to always, it's even like that in the animal kingdom. If you come at another animals, if you on the gorilla spot, they talking about the gorilla fighting 100 motherfuckers. If 100 motherfuckers try to come and take that gorilla's woman, he has to fight 100 motherfuckers. And that's the facts. And that's just in his nature. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit back and say, okay, well, shit, whew, if y'all would have came a little bit less, I would have had y'all. But look, you know what? Y'all take the girls. I'm not doing it. And they even got words for it. It's called a harem. You know what I'm saying? It's called a lion's got a den. You know what I'm saying? And all of the animals that he kick it under, they kick it under him. So all these fucking things happen historically in history of time. So to try to stand up and come up on court, you know what I'm saying, and think that they're gonna have you make Diddy worse off than somebody might already see him as. I don't think that's cool, and I don't think he could be looked upon after this as a rap artist no more, as a hip hop artist. I think he got to go and be whatever the new. I told you everybody get to be their own thing and create their own. Hip hop is open, it's general, so you're not locked in a particular framework. But when you start doing stuff outside the spectrum, then you gotta kind of take the shit end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. He's stepping outside of what hip hop is known for, what hip hop is. And I'm not saying you can't be a victim. I'm not saying that he wasn't victimized. I'm not saying he lying in what he's claiming. But the simple fact of the matter is that you also claimed you wanted to be a rapper. And that's how we got to know you. So you talking about a situation that happened 8, 9, 12 years ago. This should be a point where you be like, that's the past. I'm done with that. I got a new girl, or I got a new dress. I don't even kick her like that no more. Me and Cassie cool, but I ain't really hung with her like that. Actually, she got back with dude. So whatever happened with them, and I'm thinking she like pregnant and will get married to a whole new dude and got like 2, 3 kids with the guy. So it's like, what was you gonna win? Like, you waiting for her to get used up by the second dude too? Then you standing over there like, hey, I still got the matching dresses. You want to go out to the mall? Like, what the fuck is he thinking? Like, go find you a new life, my nigga. But I think it's jealousy. I think it's venomous. I think it's envy. I think it's uncomfort. I think it's probably you used yourself. You probably heard through the grapevine that these guys was living a certain kind of way. Oh, they do it, and people probably lying to you and gassing you up. And now you thinking, oh, really? That's how they got to that level? Okay, well, fucking do me. You could do me. Yeah, go ahead, take me. And then all of a sudden you finding out, even in the court of law, that none of that shit really happened. That he was kinky and he did this, but he wasn't doing that and he wasn't doing that. And you sitting back like, what the fuck? I did that shit though. But wait a minute, why the fuck was they lying to me? They told me these niggas was doing that. And I did it. And now in a court of law, his actual woman who stood in his fucking room and agreed to everything he said is not claiming the same thing. She's saying he did this. He didn't do that. He did this. And now you looking back like, what the fuck? And she called you, hey, I'm trying to take this motherfucker down. You coming? You like, hell yeah, I'm coming, that bitch ass nigga. Man, they tricked me. They told me these niggas, and you just don't know because you just goofy. And so you just believing what the fuck you hear, and you just trying to be in the game and all this shit. And when they say wear dresses, you put them on. And when a girl lose her boyfriend, you pouncing on her. So all these things could have a bad repercussion. And it could just come out bad. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he wasn't ready for that. So if Diddy did try to blow up his car, if Diddy ran down on him with the goons, if Diddy caught him at the mall or caught him in a dress and he scraped his knee trying to run and get away, all that shit is a part of the game. You shouldn't even be fucking with another man's woman. It's not even something you should be doing. That's against the rules. Like, it's not even. I remember this guy, Nicky Barnes, a New York guy. He was a mobster before I was a big, and he got locked up or something, and he was a part of the mob in New York, some kind of crew. And eventually, the grapevine, him being in jail, came back that his girl was riding around with other niggas in his crew as he was locked up. So as he heard that, he thinking like, what the fuck? Why would they do that? Because inside their crew, it was just only one rule: you do not fuck with another man's woman. But he got locked up, so he just in jail, and they all spinning around hearing these rumors and shit. He's sitting in his cell like, hey man, I arrested your lady, man. I say she with Tony now. They say your girl was with Frank. He like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, I know what to do. And he went to the state and tricked on every motherfucking body. And everybody went down. He went and stole the whole motherfucking lick. And then he ended up staying in jail 20-some fucking years after tricking, which you're really supposed to get out way sooner than that. But he didn't. But my whole point about it is that over a girl, over us, and these niggas was real mobsters. They not rappers. They not just rich dudes with white people contracts. I'm talking about they actual was mobster niggas, not connected to nothing but the underworld. So, but still, he was like, oh, y'all gonna do me like that? Okay, cool. I know what to do. Hey, State, I got to tell you about these people. And then they went and swooped everybody up, and the gang everybody went to jail. And then he didn't care because he felt like y'all violated me. So if you violated me and I heard through the grapevine that this was happening, then you know what the fuck is next. It ain't no love. And he did what he had to do. So when I see somebody like Kid Cudi playing the victim about trying to get at another nigga lady and dating her or trying to do an undercut, or even if she broke up with him and he's just not over her, all these things is red flags that you're supposed to run from. If she's saying all this shit, I got a man. Don't be like, what your man got to do with me? No, go find another chick. It's just too many out there. You know what I'm saying? So, because all you're going to do is put yourself in harm's way. And now you sitting back like, oh shit, I thought this bra was 100 and she ain't nowhere near that. You know what I'm saying? She 1-0, 1-0-1 in that particular order. So, yo, I'm gonna get back at y'all on a new podcast with a new civil conversation. Thank y'all for watching this video, and I'll be at y'all again.